Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cataclysm of Hyrule campaign. I am Puck Finn, and for those joining us, welcome. Before we get started tonight, we're going to go over some beginning introductions. We'll do a little recap, introduction of our players, and then we'll get right down to it. So, first thing I always like to talk about is our Discord server. The Discord server is where pretty much everything happens outside of the broadcast. In fact, we just wrapped up a contest, our very first contest in our Discord server, which we announced the winner, which was our very own Deacon, last week, and during our chat broadcast. And there's a bunch of other stuff that happens in there. There's, meme channels and loot channels and all sorts of fun stuff. And it is the easiest way to talk to us, if that is your intention. So the next thing I'd like to bring up, which Ledo, our moderator, has brought up, is our link tree in chat. The link tree is where we keep all of our links for everyone to have access to. Among the links is our aforementioned Discord server. Excuse me. Our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, which is where all of our campaign sessions get uploaded. I do believe this is session 26. I believe we're on session 26. And a bunch of other good stuff, including YouTube channels and Twitch channels, which we have rated in the past, and all sorts of good stuff. So definitely check out our link tree. It can take you to anywhere that you want to go. Quite frankly, anywhere you need to go. Yeah. So you know what? That pretty much encompasses everything for the announcements. I want to point out that we are rapidly approaching the 100-hour mark of this campaign. It's a milestone that I'm very excited for. So yeah. In fact, if you want to catch up on things and you don't want to watch the previous nearly 75 hours that we have posted in one sitting, that's another good thing of our Discord server, and also our chat sessions. Our weekly schedule is on a bi-weekly rotation. 1 week we will do a campaign session, which we have here, and the following week we will do what we call a chat session. So the chat session covers a multitude of purposes, including we do recaps of the prior sessions. We talk about we can answer questions more directly with the viewers if they have any questions about some other things that happen in the campaign, whether it's parts of the story, NPCs, and really just kind of like general conversation. Sometimes our chat sessions do go a little bit off the rails, and I love when that happens too, because it makes for some very interesting conversation. But those chat sessions do not get uploaded to our YouTube. They simply stay on our Twitch page for a week, and then they get taken down. So if you are not part of it, then you kind of miss it. So definitely tune in for our chat sessions as well, because it's a really kind of like fun time to be had. Yeah. So recap. 2 weeks ago was our first return to the campaign since mid-December. We took a couple week hiatus because of the holidays, and then on January 1st, we did our very first one-shot of the campaign. This one-shot of the campaign took place before, like it tied into the campaign, but it took place before the campaign, which is why we're separating it as a one-shot. It took place at the end of the Hyrulean Civil War. It dealt with a number of things, such as you really got to see some characters in their younger state, such as Impa and the King, and it gave a lot of insight into various characters, and we saw the birth of a number of things, a number of NPCs, a potential boss, and also the rise of one of the most dangerous and influential organizations of the campaign. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So, if you haven't checked out the one shot, absolutely, definitely do. Now that we're so many episodes in, it's probably the easiest thing to kind of watch because it doesn't tie into anything. Like none of the players' characters in this campaign were part of that one shot. So I guess that's kind of why it's probably the easiest. But last session was our first return to the core campaign, and it was a lot. We dealt with a lot of stuff. It for the most part took place in Zora's domain, where we were able to reintroduce to the campaign yet another OG NPC. And we didn't go, I don't even think we went to this into the chat session, but the NPC Tojo, who made an appearance in last week's session, was one of the original NPCs of the campaign. And his first or original appearance was that he was one of the people that sits in kind of like the outskirts of the campaign that helps the players make it to, in this case, Zora's domain. He was originally a very light-hearted, fun-loving person who loved riddles amongst all other things. And when we got into him this time, he was not the same person, as has happened with quite a number of original NPCs up till this point. He was able to shed a little bit of lore onto the players. We met Norin, and between the two of them, they were able, our players were able to kind of get a good lead on definitively not only who was in the water temple, like who they were going to have to face off against in the water temple, but also what her phylactery might have been. So we were told a story of how Princess Ruto had fallen in love with Link and gave him a very special trinket that was in Zord culture kind of meant as the equivalent of an engagement ring. And when Norin told the story, he kind of implied that Link or Crowe might have accepted it with the purpose of manipulating Princess Ruto. We haven't really kind of like we haven't flushed it out yet, but this is where we're at thus far. And it was told that this relic is also still currently or believed to be in Crowe's possession. So I believe that's where we wrapped up the session. We're still in Zora's domain at the inn, and I have left a number of points out with purpose of as we go through introductions now, I do tend to like to ask our players what their takes, anticipations, or favorite parts of the past session are. So I'm not going to completely info dump on you, but let's go over to introductions. All right. So, all right. So, as always, to our foremost left, we have Gully. How you doing, Gully?
Doing very well. Looking forward to, of course, another good, interesting session and all the crazy things that we get to unfold.
So, in the last session, when we got that little bit of lore dump on Link's potential behavior as to why he accepted this gift from Princess Ruda, what was your take on it? Did it change your opinion, excuse me, on Crowe, or did it seem just kind of like on par for how he was?
Uh, he seemed kind of on par. Mm, yeah, it kind of seemed on par for what Gully knew of him and how he was acting.
Sounds good, absolutely. And in fact, a little background into Gully's character. Gully did spend a good number of time in the Hyrulean Castle Guard before leaving and eventually becoming part of its party. So in many ways, um, especially compared to our other characters, Gully has a much better insight to the happenings of what goes on with and adjacent to the royal family. So, Gully, definitely good to have you back. Good to see you, and
Yes,
look
yes, yes.
forward to
Thank
the
you.
session. Next, we have Deacon. How you doing, Deacon?
Me doing all right. Um, nice to be here. Having a pretty decent night, so looking forward to playing very much so. Yes.
Awesome, definitely. So this, as we like get closer to making our way into the water temple, um, one thing that I've pointed out a number of times is that the water temple itself was Deacon's moment of cataclysm in his
Mm-hmm.
original universe and with his original party. So, um, although this may or may not be something at like the forefront of Leto's mind at all times, because there are a number of things, you know, that may be more important to him as this moment is getting closer. Um, how is Deacon processing this?
Well, I imagine on some level there's like a certain morbid excitement to like see if well, I suppose it's just like he has unfinished business here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like what happened here was very nearly lethal to at least one member of the party at the time. So it's like at the time, they were tagging around that yeah, Ravel and such. Yeah, but at the same time, I think the more this goes on, the more he kind of has a little bit of a fear streak. Because I mean, he doesn't know how it's going to be different, and that's really like the thing that's spooky. Because like when we have, sorry, I'm rambling.
Yeah, let it out. We want to
Um,
hear it.
because when we have a corrupted boss of sorts that is capable of kind of sort of leaving the temple, we have something very different than anything we've experienced before, and that alone is worth being terrified of.
Absolutely. In fact, that is one of the very big differences of um, the the of Ganon's generals is up until this
Hmm
point,
hmm
there really has not been one that has been able to physically, under any circumstance, leave the temple, and this really was the first time that there has been physical evidence of that happening.
hmm So she's either a special case or the growing stronger. We don't know which.
Right, and we will see we will see how that unfolds. We will from my perspective at least definitely get to the opportunity to get to that unraveling and that further developing of what is I guess what I could refer to as like immediate lore, like something that is happening
Definitely.
that will have such a profound impact that it is a historical event in the moment.
Nice.
So, yes, Deacon, always a pleasure. Welcome. Good to have you, my friend. All right, and next we go to Ledo. How you doing, Ledo?
Good. Ready to start a fight with Crowe. Be interesting.
Right. So Princess Rudo, with your backstory, you are the only player who has a direct connection to Princess Rudo. In your backstory, in your universe, you were sibling to Princess Rudo. So,
She's my older sister.
right. So in terms of, how vested of all people Leto could possibly be, yeah, as you mentioned, he's very angry at Crow for maybe potentially manipulating her into the engagement situation, which subsequently led her to becoming a sage, which then in turn led her into her current predicament.
I'm just waiting to see him like wearing it like it's just a piece of jewelry, and yeah, that'll be it.
Just wearing it like it's like hooked to his
It's like,
belt.
oh, it's look, I have a little heart.
Yeah. Or worse, maybe,
Gonna
maybe he
give
has it
him-
like as a paperweight somewhere. Just
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He was a child, but a long time has gone by and he has not manned up. It's time to give it back, or something. But he still has it, and that's not a good thing.
fair, absolutely valid point of view. And
It's the phylactery.
and it is the phylactery. So you know what? Let me specifically, since Leto is holding the sword that is known to be the only definitive item that can destroy phylacteries in this campaign this far.
Render.
Fate Render, yes. Can Leto bring himself to destroy the thing that meant the most to Princess Rudo?
We'll find out.
All right, definitely. I am feeling suspense for that already. So, Leto, welcome. Always a pleasure to have as well. Look forward to seeing how this unravels tonight. Yeah, excuse me. And of course, at the far right, we have Epheen. How you doing, Epheen?
I am doing really good, thank you.
That is wonderful to hear. So, little backstory into Epheen. Epheen is also a Zora of royal descent, but in her timeline, she was not genetically linked to Princess Rudo. So, there are many things that we have not fully divulged about Epheen's original universe up until this point, and part of the reason of that is some of the stuff is not fully fleshed out. Like, I don't know the answer, and also, I still really want to do a one shot about Epheen's universe. So like, I'm not going to pry too much into what the Zoran royalty was in your particular universe, but acknowledging that your brother Il and you, Il, who is now in the campaign, the current king, and we can see Il on the screen right now, but you being of royal descent, but recognizing that you still kind of share that common thread with Princess Rudo, in terms of royalty, kind of what is your take on the whole situation. Maybe, excuse me, in the in the like. I guess you know what. Let me gear it towards this. If this fate had befallen the princess, which you in your universe were in the position to be, is there anything that causes you to know what you know about Princess Ruto right now and kind of reflect it onto yourself and say, this could have been me?
Honestly, not really. Epheen's still trying to get over a massive dislike for the Zoran royal family, so she's still coming to terms with the fact that ill is royalty. So, yeah, she has not drawn the conclusion yet that she could have been in this position.
Okay. You know what? That makes absolute perfect sense. The world as it exists right now after the Cataclysm is, from things that we know, very different from where Epheen came from. And she does have a lot that she is kind of like processing and adjusting to. And, you know, what's one more thing on top of the pile, right?
Yeah, just I wonder if that's more important or less important than the fact that she still thinks Ganon could be a bad guy, good guy.
Right. So, you know, for our viewers, that is one of like the biggest differences from Epheen's original universe to this one, is that Ganon was a good guy, a positive figure. And yeah, like, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to delve any more to that, but hopefully we will. Not tonight though. So Epheen, welcome back. And yeah, so I guess we started off, or we ended last week. You know what? Did we teleport to Hyrule Castle Town? I know there was some teleporting that went on, and like we appeared kind of at the fountain. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure if that was the end of the campaign, end of the session, or kind of like. I think we are in Hyrule.
I believe if it happened at the very end of this session. Give me 10 seconds.
Yes. So we are in Hyrule Castle Town.
Okay.
Because I believe
Yes.
that, yeah, Deacon used the stone by the fountain, the stone from the fountain, to teleport to the fountain area.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I was going to do it anyway, so I guess, you know, I honestly don't remember, so.
Yeah, honestly, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
usually,
happening one way or the other, so that'll do.
yeah, I usually try to, like, before we get into a campaign, because the sessions are like 2 weeks apart, I usually like bring it up on YouTube and kind of like refresh myself into like the last ending moment so I can pick up. But full disclosure, I was downloading Pal World, so I didn't do that. But so, you know what? Let's pick up as the party materializes through teleporting to the fountain in Hyrule Castle Town. You all kind of, yeah. Let me bring you over. Let me try to bring you over. Give me a quick sec. But as I'm bringing you over, while you, there we go. Okay, so you teleport to Hyrule Castle Town, and you kind of, I mean, it's a nice day. You know, this isn't something that is all that different from something I haven't done like a million times before. I would say even the townsfolk, if anything, have kind of become a little bit accustomed to, you know, your party just appearing in the middle of town in the middle of the day. So yeah, I mean it's been a while since you've been there. In fact, aside from the last time you were there was when you met Barb.
Oh yeah,
So
good times.
yes, Barb being the wife to Keysman, and she was a very interesting character as
Bride of Keysman. Sorry.
bride of Keysman. Yes. So, yeah, you kind of like met her as you were about to like leave town, but yeah, last time we were here, you spent a little time at um, Deacon's Armory. You spent a little bit of time um, in Cito's, but aside from that, I don't think there was a whole lot that went on. But off the top of my head, was there anything that you were kind of like looking forward to upon your return to Hyrule Castle Town? Were there any deliveries, any things that you had set in motion, any special items you wanted to check up on?
It might be nice to see just how Ken's doing, but it's not really a big deal. I don't actually have anything in particular, to be honest. The closest would be, I don't know if we have all the ingredients for the alchemist fire yet. I think I forgot to have us get flint. Wait, no, yeah, we got some flint rocks, so
You
I
did
think we
get some
actually
flint rock.
have. I think we have enough to maybe make some alchemist fire. If you guys are okay with taking a minute to swing by Cito's.
It's fine.
Now,
see,
now
I
question.
have-
Well, while you guys do that, I need to go to the basement. I have a secret project that I'm working on.
All right. So, it seems that we are all in agreement that we are heading first to Cito's.
Yeah.
All right. In fact, let me just bring up the alchemist file. Oh, okay. Do we have the items for? I know we have the flint rocks. Do we have the fire flowers? The water from the
Yes.
Zoran Falls.
Water
Ah,
from Zorn.
beans.
We do have the lava rock. We do have the flowers. We do have the flint.
Okay, well we'll get the water eventually. That's good to know.
You know what? You know you're heading there eventually anyway.
This is true. This is true. I'll get a barrel of it and teleport it directly into Cito's office.
There you go. All right. So, leader said you're going into the basement.
Yes, into my little herbish basement. I have a secret project that I'm working on.
Okay. So, how secret is this secret project?
If someone came down, they might see it, but he's not truly trying to hide it. It's just something he's trying to do something nice.
Okay. So like while you're doing it, like say for example, when your group's not in Hyrule Castle Town, it's not something that you would go out of your way to like intentionally hide from like Isaac or.
No.
Okay. It's just kind of like something openly in your work area, but not something you're openly discussing at the moment. Okay. How much time are you
Something that
taking?
most people won't even know what it is.
That's true.
It's going to probably be a slow process because I need to make sure it looks like it's supposed to look.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, word it this way: how much time are you going to take on that? Whereas, like the rest of the group is not with you, so like we know what they have time to do.
I'm just going to do a quick sketch of what I'm trying to do with like a little bit of plant growth in direction of what it's supposed to look like. So that way I have a basis, and then when I come back and have more time, I can put in the rest of the colors.
Okay, so like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So while that's going on, while Cito has like retreated to the basement, is there anything that is interested in that they could reasonably take care of in like an hour's time.
I sent you what I'm doing on Discord.
Just thinking. That's a pretty good question. I don't know. I guess not.
Open the hatch and yell up. So I think we all need soup. Okay, bye.
Yeah, you know what Gully's doing in an hour. He's
That
going
works.
across the way to eat.
Nice.
His belly has been missing his food.
Nice. Honestly, I guess I'd just like to talk to Cleo and Isaac. See how they're doing today. If they're in the store.
Okay. Yep. Miss, Miss Cleo. Not Miss Cleo. Cleo and Isaac are
Yeah, Miss
in.
Cleo. Calm
That's a
down.
whole different kind of character. Okay, so we have Deacon making conversation. We have Gully heading to the inn to grab some food. And which one of those is Epheen doing, or is she doing something completely different?
I actually have an idea. The thing is probably going to slip away to buy some fabric.
Okay. All right. So let's run these things out. All right. So we'll start off with the nearest thing, which is the conversation. And again, as Ledo has retreated to the basement, and Gully and Epheen have ventured off in their own directions outside of Ceto's, Deacon, you approach Isaac and Cleo.
Hi guys.
Hey, Deacon.
How you guys doing today?
Oh, good. It's it's a little bit of a slow day. We're off to a restful start, but that doesn't mean that Isaac is not keeping himself occupied.
He has a good way of staying busy every day, it seems like. Is there like a jar with like just a loose jar hanging around maybe that I could borrow for a sec?
Yeah, I would imagine there's any number of loose jars, like vials and flasks, and
Okay.
just some normal kind of mason-looking jars.
I will take a small jar and I will put a rare flower in it that I found in Hyrule Field by Hylia, and I will give it to Cleo. I go, hey, this seems like it would look nice with you by the register.
So it's like a small jar, and there's like a flower kind of like poking out of it, like a makeshift vase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she kind of, she looks at it. At what kind of flower is it?
It's what you described as a rare flower.
Rare
It was located right by Lake Hylia.
Okay, right.
Like just like a square away.
All right. So she looks at it and she goes, "Wow, I've never seen one of those in their natural state. That's a very pretty flower."
Yeah. Here. I thought maybe you could have it by the counter and or anything else you might want to do with it. Seemed, I don't know, like something that Deku kind of like thinks for a second about how to piece together his words. I don't know, just a pretty thing. Thought you might like it. So how have you I've always been curious. Like how are things typically going these days when we're like out doing adventure stuff?
I mean, I would imagine they're not as fun or interesting as what you're doing. But it passes the day.
The life of a salesman surely has its own trials.
Yes. I mean, I would. I could try to make it sound interesting, but I don't think that I could really do that to someone such as you and everyone else.
That's fair. Well, hey, I hope you can have if at least if it's a slow day, you can get some time to relax in. Um, anyway, you know, I'm trying to figure out what there is to do for fun around here. I I I okay, so now for the real thing that I wanted to ask her. I try and I want to ask her if she's heard any unusual news lately, like around town.
Is that like just a completely open-ended question, or
Yes, because I want to see if my half a citywide stink bomb is making waves yet.
uh, okay.
No, he's not. He's so I'm trying to figure out if my rich people stink bomb is working. I was just meandering up to it so that it's not obvious that that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. So, she goes, well, I mean, there have been some, uh, you know, talks of gossip, and we have heard that, you know, and she kind of leans in. She goes, I hear they're using questionable meat in some of the soups, but um, I think that's just a rumor. And she continues on. She's like, and she goes, I really don't want to, spread like talk amongst the town, but I mean, aside from the small gossip, there has been a bit of an outcry from the from the southern part of town where um they are kind of like accusing the the town of trying to stink them out of like moving, like they think it's some kind of like weird um way to bring down property value, so that when that happens, um other people can come in and snatch it up in a more affordable price, and kind of get them out. Um, I don't think there's any truth to that, but I mean, if there was, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it, because uh, the people in the north end of town, or in the south end of town, do tend to give me a weird vibe on a general day-to-day basis.
I see. Well, thanks, Cleo. That's really good to know. I'm glad that I'm glad to know, maybe some regular people will be able to afford some fancy property for once.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's moved out, but they're being
Yeah.
very they're being loud about it.
Well, I'll have to refocus my efforts elsewhere. Thanks.
What
Um,
what do you mean?
what?
Huh?
Oh, hey. Well, sorry, Cleo. I found this I take out the syringe that I found from the dude we fought in the the temple, the fire temple,
Mhm.
just now. And I want to I want to just say like, sorry, I got to show this to Isaac. Thank you. And then I scamper over to Isaac, and I show him the full syringe, and
Okay.
I say, hey, I found this. I for brevity's sake, I briefly explain the situation. And then I ask him if there's anything he thinks he can do with this, or if he wants to maybe study it and figure out what it is.
So he looks at it, and his initial kind of reaction is he looks at it with this kind of like perplexed expression on his face, as it is right from that visually something that he is unfamiliar with.
So yeah, like I said, I briefly explain what the dude looked like,
Uh-huh.
and then I minor illusion an image of what he looked like and explain that this is what the juice did to him.
Do you explain about the whole undead aspect?
Yes. Decidedly yes.
Okay, so full disclosure on what you know of the vial.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so he does look at it, and eventually that expression quickly changes to excitement, and he goes,
I thought he'd have fun with this.
Yeah, he goes, would you mind if I took this to some friends and people that I know? I'm honestly not well versed in magical effects, but if it does have some type of magical component to it, that might help me better identify it.
Deku basically like gently places it in front of him, along with the empty one too, just in case. And he says, "I trust you implicitly, Isaac, but do be careful who you show this to. It might be dangerous because when we fought this guy, well, not only did he kick a whole bunch of ass theoretically, but he did like attack us immediately, and if he's any association with who I think he might be associated with." Again, be careful. You know what I mean?
And he takes it, and he kind of like puts both of the vials in this like sturdy leather kind of like cigar case looking apparatus.
Sorry, Fred chat. How can we, Fuzzy Crystal says, how can we use this to make Chimkin even bigger?
Nice. Oh, we would all have fun with that.
Oh no, they're beefing up Chimkin with growth hormones. She's looking extra delicious.
That never happens to poultry.
She's laying 30 times the natural amount of eggs. Oh god.
So,
Sorry.
So Isaac kind of like secures the two vials and kind of like tucks it into like an inside pocket on like his chest area, and he puts up a sign immediately on his desk that says "Back in 5 minutes" with a question mark at the end of it. And,
Nice.
and immediately like goes off to tend to his most recent fixation.
Nice. Right. I feel pretty good about that.
All right.
Yeah. I think that's all I got for my hour.
Sounds good. All right. Gully, you make your way to the inn. I mean, both places serve food at this point, so and they're both owned by oh geez, I always forget his name. By the guy.
Oh gosh, I forgot his name too. Son of a biscuit.
Barry.
Yeah.
Good old Barry. And all right, so question is, now that both places are under the same ownership and they like still the soup shack does kind of specialize in soups, whereas the inn specializes in a more diverse menu. Which place are you headed towards?
He is going to the inn because he likes the waitress there, and they have a bigger variety.
All right, so you go to the inn, and you are met by. Oh man, you guys are really getting me on names tonight. And the waitress is there.
Yes, her.
Her. I don't even have her here. Oh, we'd have to delve into notes to remember her name. But
I don't know that she's ever had a name other than with the waitress.
No. She had a
no,
name.
she did. She definitely did. But I just forgot what it was.
Yes, we haven't been here in so
Okay.
long.
That's fair. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what? We'll probably get it.
Her
Like
name's Nancy.
there,
Her name's Nancy.
Nancy. All
There
right.
we go. Thank you.
And a bartender is Hugh, just in case.
All right. Nancy and Hugh.
Nice.
Got
Good
it.
job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right.
Notes for a reason.
Yup. Absolutely. Ledo is like the impeccable note taker. All right. So you walk in, and you know the place is on the quieter side at the moment. As you walk in and you see Nancy kind of like wiping down tables and folding silverware, things like that. And yeah, as you kind of like walk in with this towering presence, I kind of imagine, especially like when Gully is fully dressed, that he does have to like duck a little bit to get through the main door. And
Yeah, he was a big guy.
so you walk in with this like towering presence as your boots just like boom boom on the on the creaky wooden floors. And you gain Nancy's attention. She sees you and her eyes light up, and she's like, Gully!
Nancy, my favorite person. How are you doing today?
Good. Ah, oh wow. Um, what brings you around? Food, right?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Man, let me tell you, I have had some stuff these last few weeks that I don't want to remember. I needed to come back here where the food is always great, everything is good, and there's always great service and great company.
Always traveling. I'm sure you have so many interesting stories.
Ah, yes. And whew, in addition to the stories, let me tell you, some of these places I've been to, they think a big meal is like nuts, and no, it's not gonna do.
Ah,
I need some meat.
that's right. You know what? And you were in the right place for that. And
I will have to get some soup to go for my compatriots, though.
of course. Do you want what we have, or do you want me to kind of run across next door? I can grab whatever you want.
No. What you have here will be good.
Okay.
But we'll worry about that on the way out. I don't want it to get cold.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'll make sure that I don't forget.
All right. Hey, any specials on the menu for today?
Well,
If not, I'll just get the bar.
well, no, we actually do have a full rack of lawn ribs for a special.
I'll take 2.
Two. Oh, absolutely. And she just like straight up calls out to the cook, and he's like, "Hey, we need 2 sets of lawns and put a rush on it." And then
You
her
don't have to
attention
put a
like,
rush on it, but thank you.
"Yes, of course. And
I've got about an hour to kill, so no worries.
oh, well, they're big ribs.
Oh, perfect.
They are definitely. So, and then she kind of does Gully he usually prefers like seats over boots, if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
if Nancy
yeah.
remembers
'Cause
correctly. So
yeah. He needs that space.
yeah. So she, she kind of like gestures towards this one table, and she's like, "I just finished clearing this one off." She goes, "Have a seat. I'll get
Perfect.
you.
Thank you.
I'll get you a couple. I'll get you some silverware, and you want to drink? Well, want anything to drink while those ribs are going?
Yeah. Surprise me. I don't care. Just not milk.
Just not milk. Great." Um, she goes and first thing she does is she grabs you some utensils, a big stack of extra napkins, um, and then she comes back with like this quart of ale, of like nice frothy foamy topped ale. And
Oh, that looks delicious.
she goes, nothing better to wash down a nice two double rack of lard ribs than a Hylian ale.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Uh,
you. You're the best, Nancy.
so there are a few other people kind of in there um, that just seem to be like, about their own business. Um, but there's really, like, there's a couple, like, two-seaters sitting down, but really no, like, families or anything at this time. And yeah, so then Nancy kind of like leans on the table across from you with like her elbows on it and her hands kind of like her head kind of like resting in her hand. She's like, "So tell me a story.
Tell me a
Just one
story.
story."
Oh, well, let's see. What to tell? Well, there's a time, that we ventured to the fire temple. Could tell you about that. Or I could tell you about the time that, you know, two different dimensions merged, different timelines. Oh, I tell you what, I met this awesome couple. Um, Let me tell you, they were on their honeymoon. Oh, no. That's more of a love story. What kind of story in the mood for?
Bravery.
Bravery. Well, let me tell you. Uh, yeah. So yeah, you know what? I will. I'll go ahead. I'll tell you about the fire temple adventure we had recently. And then he goes into telling her about their little soiree in the fire temple, and the foes that they faced, and big huge dude that they encountered there. Yeah, he tells her all about the fire temple adventure.
So she's looking at you with like these like wide eyes, from the start, from like just the moment where you told her that like you entered a temple, she was just absolutely hooked on this story, and every sentence that followed even more so. So my question is, do you tell it as it was? Do you
Oh no, he
tame it
definitely
down a bit?
embellishes a lot. No, he embellishes a lot of different things. He doesn't give her like specific details, and he also makes sure that when he's telling the story, that the story itself doesn't carry to other prying ears that probably shouldn't hear, the inner workings and the details of their adventure into the fire temple.
So,
Well, yeah, he definitely embellishes it
so
quite a
you
bit.
kind of like lean into her as you're telling the story,
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
and as you lean in, she is like leaning into to the point that like you two are getting closer and closer, and then a bell rings, and you hear "ribs up," and it just kind of like snaps her out of it, and she goes, "That was amazing."
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've got plenty more I can tell you. Anytime.
And as she like turns around, she's getting like a very she notices immediately, and you afterwards notice that she's getting a very disapproving look from over at the bar. And give me an insight check on what that look is trying to convey.
Okay. Insight, not spells. I want insight. There we go.
Very nice. All right. So it is quite simply that she's not doing her job right now. Like there's other people there that she should be waiting on, and she is just so hyper focused on you and telling the story that she better get her ass back to work. So she goes, and after the bell rings, she grabs the ribs, asks you if you want a refill on your ale.
Yes. And you know what? I'd like to buy a round for everyone else here as well.
She goes, all right, that's very kind of you. I will, let, and she just kind of like pulls one of your chairs out and stands atop the chair and says, "Attention, everyone at the inn. The brave and generous Gully would like to buy you all a round of ale." And the 6 people there raise their largely empty glasses and cheer thanks to Gully.
Yeah. May you all have a great day. Enjoy.
Hear, hear. And then you hear one person whisper, "Who's Gully?" And the other guy goes, "Shut up, he's getting us beer." so Nancy comes back with your ale, and then you see her like with the like arm wrapped in like ale all around her, just kind of like going around handing out the things. And as she kind of, excuse me, as she makes her way around, and she comes back like towards you with the empty hand, with her empty hands, she kind of like runs one of her hands like across the back of your shoulders. And when she comes around and she says, "We'll finish the story next time."
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Of course, we'll have more, and I'll make sure I bring the rest of the crew next time. They can fill in some more details.
Absolutely. And then she kind of like just kind of like slides you the bill. Give me just a straight up intelligence roll.
Okay.
Okay, you will remember to ask for the soups.
Okay.
She, on the other hand, did not put them on the bill, but she did say, she goes, "Listen, don't worry about the soups." She goes,
Are you sure?
she goes, "Between the beers and the double rack of lawns, like, it'll be okay."
All right. Well, thank you. Let's see. How much is this bill here? Okay.
So the lawn roofs themselves were like, I'm almost imagining like the outro to the Flintstones or the intro to the Flintstones. Like these are big ribs.
Huge, massive things.
Yeah. Which is, you kind of realize like that is why she sat you at like the bigger table. The ribs themselves took up roughly half of a 4-seater table. But between the 6 pints, the 2 quarts, and the double rack. It ran, say 65.
65.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, people of the inn, I think my eyes may have been a little bit bigger than my stomach. If anyone wants to enjoy some of these with me, feel free. And let me take that 65 off of
Yeah.
my total.
So you know what? Yeah. Let's say one table, 2 people kind of like get up and they notice, they don't immediately sit down, nor do they just like dive into your food. But they're like, oh, that's you must be in a very generous mood today, friend.
I try to always be generous when it comes to food.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to pry, but for someone, it's been my experience that someone who is as generous as that tends to maybe run into a little bit of windfall, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I mean, windfall, I mean, sometimes I have to break wind, but yeah, I mean, try not to eat too much where I have to break too much wind, but yeah, it happens.
Huh. And you clearly
Again,
look
that's
like
why
the
I'm trying to
adventuring
share,
type.
because this will be way too much.
Well, so what brings an adventurer such as yourself to these parts?
I mean, well, this is my hometown, I always like to come back home every now and then. Since I'm not part of the guard anymore, I still want to come back and, visit with my people here and see the sights. There's no place like home.
Oh, it's always good to meet a familiar place, a familiar face.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, although your face is not that familiar, I'm sorry. I see a lot of people, and unfortunately, if I haven't had a conversation with you before, I tend to not remember you. But now that I am chatting with you now, I'll definitely remember your face. What's your name?
And like the one, like the other of the 2 people are being very silent, but in no means do you feel like any type of hostility towards these people. But the one that's doing all the talking extends his hand and he says, "Ah, Rock Turner, pleased to make your
Yeah,
acquaintance."
yeah, well, Rock Turner, I never forget a face. I can be pretty bad with names, but faces, I got you. Rock Turner, it is.
Rock Turner, yes. And he goes, I fancy myself and my friend as a bit of adventurers ourselves.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, hey, what's the latest? Anything going on out there I should know about? Any you know oddities, curiosities that should tickle the fancy?
I mean, there's always talk and there's rumors. There's rumors that there are. I mean, I've noticed them in my travels that they're definitely out in the fields an increase of creatures. Lots more moblins, lots of bokoblins. Um, I'm no, you know, naturist kind of person, but they do seem to be kind of organizing a bit too. They're not just free roaming, aimless monsters roaming the plains. There's definitely something going on, and that leads to a whole nother set of um, you know, kind of talk. But I don't know if I believe it. So, and
Interesting, really. You don't say.
yeah. Do you spend much time in the fields?
I mean, yes and no. Lately I haven't, but man, back in the day I used to a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I've been around for a while, and I know, I've seen things, and I don't know. So I'm starting to feel that maybe I should start giving that, you know, just maybe fall back to my side hustle, play a little bit of music instead of wanting to get
Oh, wait.
overrun.
You play music?
Yeah, and
Oh,
he kind of like takes out this guitar from, like strapped to his back, and it
oh,
has
let's hear a little ditty.
sure,
Oh, wait.
absolutely,
You know what? I'm sorry. We're talking and eating. You know what? Perhaps later. Let's fill our bellies first.
yes, and him and his companion now they do sit down and they start taking they don't take a lot. I mean they just kind of like take enough to continue the conversation.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, now like he's talking to, he's kind of has like his mouth full as he's, um, you know, chewing at the ribs, and you can see these like little bits of meat just kind of like spew out occasionally as he's talking. And he's like, yeah, something about a veil. I don't know. It's something temples, something evil. I don't get it entirely, but there's it's more dangerous out there now, and that's all I can definitely attest to.
Oh, okay. Well, it definitely bears looking into for sure. Yeah, Gully doesn't divulge any information that he knows about the temples or the fact that he's been to a temple. He only tells that to Nancy.
Absolutely. And so they do continue, like their ribs that they do have in front of them, and they finish their ales that they were purchased by you, and they're like, listen, it's been good conversation, but we are going to head out. We don't want to overstay. Um, but if you ever find yourself at an inn where we're performing, uh, you know, definitely swing by and hang out for a tune.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely be on the lookout for you, Rock Turner,
All
and
right,
your compatriot here.
absolutely. He puts out his hand for one farewell handshake.
And he shakes his hand, and well, you know what? I should probably be getting on my way as well. Yeah. Oh, the soup! I better get that soup.
So Rock Turner and his partner depart from the inn, and as Nancy sees you starting to get up, she comes over with um 3 bowls of soup, kind of like in these, excuse me, like just makeshift to go containers in like a little bag. And she goes, "Told you I wouldn't forget."
Ah, you're the best, Nancy, as always.
Aw. Well, don't be a stranger so long next time, and like remember, more stories.
Yeah, I definitely more stories. I can't make any promises on how long it takes to get back here, but I will always come back.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right.
All right,
You better, Nancy.
all right. Bye for now, Gully.
All right. Bye, Nancy.
All right. So Gully departs, and now we go to Epheen, who is headed towards the fabric store. Now, um, to recap, this was the fabric store that you got that sewing kit from.
I don't believe so. I've got the sewing kit in Kakariko.
It was like, oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, all right, that's absolutely right. I wanted to get my bearings straight on this. All right, so you find
Sorry.
yourself in a fabric store, or in the fabric store in the marketplace, and you kind of walk in, and you just see this um, Hylian female kind of behind the counter. As you open the door, the bell rings, and she's like, "Welcome, dearie. Anything I can help you find today?"
Hi, yes, please, if it's not too much trouble.
What is it you're looking for?
Give me 10 seconds to pull out my list.
Ooh, a
As a
list.
character, I have a list of what I need
Wonderful, wonderful.
somewhere. Sorry, I should have pulled this up 10 seconds ago. I am so sorry. Yes, enough blue fabric to make a sash, green to make a scarf, red to make a arm wrap cuff thing, and blue also to make a cuff thing, something that goes under a brazier.
Oh, that all sounds very nice. Is there a particular material you're looking for?
For the scarf, something warm and comfy. For the others, something hard wearing. And, well, comfortable, but with a good life expectancy.
All right. Okay. So nothing like shiny and silky, stuff that can kind of weather and withstand.
Practical.
Practical, yes. Okay. So she does kind of present. Well, first she starts off with like the material for the scarves, and she shows you this nice kind of vibrant, colorful, almost like woolen, but to the touch it doesn't feel any type of abrasive or itchy. So you do get the impression that like it is of a higher material. And she goes, and how much of this material? Well, first of all, does this sound like something that you'd be looking for those scarves?
It depends on how much this material costs, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's
Sorry, I haven't got the largest budget at the moment.
you know what? That is fair. In fact, well, you know what? I think that this might be out of everything probably the most affordable. So, and you know what? Like this is like full, like sheeted fabric, or were like you looking for something kind of like knitting?
Probably sheeted fabric.
Okay. So she's like, well, how many yards did you say you needed potentially?
Not much, only less than a yard of each, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's about 3 rupees, 3 rupees a yard for this particular fabric.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. And she, so she starts to like pull it out and just roll it as it's pulling, just for like a tentative purchase. Like she hasn't cut it yet in case you want to purchase like more or less or whatever, but she rolls out, what do you want, like 3 yards? Well, like 3 meters?
colour did you say it was?
It's 3 rupees per meter.
No, which colour did you say it
Oh,
was?
There's what color did you want for the?
Green, blue, and red.
Oh, so like everyone's getting a different color scarf.
Only one person's getting a scarf. The other things I'm making into different things.
Okay. All right. So you're making one scarf with 3 different materials.
How about I just send you the list I made, which explains it much better than I can.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Shoot it to me on
It's fine.
Discord.
Sorry. Just look at the first line of each of these. The rest is description.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So as you like start to describe to her like the purposes of like all of these items and or all of these fabrics and what each one is purpose for, you give kind of like general dimensions of you know of Ledo, Deacon, and Gully, talking about that, and she takes a good bit of time, kind of like going through and making like material suggestions. Certain colors that she has various shades of, so you're able to get like the greens and the blues have multiple shades, so you're able to really kind of get specific in like what kind of blues and greens you want to have. And before any cuts are made, and once the list finally is able to be put together in like a monetary sense, she kind of like looks it up and she goes, well, it doesn't sound so bad. She goes, with everything, I'd say 45.
Yeah. Yeah, I should be able to do that. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to try to talk her down a little bit?
I mean, yes, please.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Give me a persuasion check. All right. So she sees like this look on your face of just
I will have no money left off of this. And these are all gifts.
she definitely like she feels the you being upset and everything, and she goes, listen, dear, I don't want to break your bank, but I mean, I do have to make a little something off of it myself at least. Maybe we can come to an additional agreement, and why don't we say 25? But in addition to the 25, you spread the good word about my shop, not about my generosity, but about the shop itself.
I will be sure.
And she kind of like has this like stack of flyers
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry.
So also add to your inventory 50 flyers for the Hylian fabric shop. And the understanding is that the next time, by the time you return to the shop, that you will have handed out all of those flyers.
Absolutely. Epheen is very thankful. She makes it clear.
Now,
Thank you so much. I will be sure to let everyone know of the amazing suggestion and the selection and the help you've been able to provide me with choosing the right pieces. Thank you so much.
of course, dearie. In fact, like, I don't get out as much as I would like to these days. So you're doing me just as big of a service with this as well, and I appreciate that. So, she cuts the fabric for you to your specifications. She wraps it up all nice, gives you the flyers, and you are on your way. Is there anywhere else that you would like to go to in town before going back to Cito's?
Thank you, but I believe that's it.
All right. So within like roughly an hour's time, everyone kind of returns back to Cito's, and I would say at this point, or Lita, would you say at this point that you've emerged from the basement by the time everyone starts to come back?
Yeah. I have things that I was going to talk to Cleo and Isaac about.
Okay.
I don't know. Isaac's not there.
Isaac is not there. The back in 5 minutes with the question mark sign is still standing there, and Isaac is not. So as people start to file in, how is that conversation with Cleo going?
Cleo, as I was telling you before, I want to actually expand the Cito brand. So that's why I need you as general manager. Yes, I'm making you general manager now. I need you to decide on what schools you want to go to so that way I can then pay for it so that way I can further your education. And I also need you to tell Isaac he needs to send a nice letter to Rohan in Death Mountain, so that way he can become friends, and the two of them can be friends, and then they'll both be like, "Yeah, that's the great very much. We'll be the best alchemists ever," and Cito's will grow, and then I can pay you more.
And she goes, but Rohan's not the alchemist.
Yeah. Well, he's the husband though. If you make good with the husband, then still.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. By the next time, I promise. By the next time we come back, I will know which school I would like to attend. Because I've been giving it a lot of thought. I've really started to narrow it down, but I'm just I'm still just a little nervous about pulling that trigger. But next time, I promise.
Hi. Okay, I remember. I have a very good memory.
And I
What we're talking
won't
about?
forget.
Okay. You seen the rest of my crew? Oh, I think they're coming in now.
Yeah, let's see. Given the descriptions of everything that's happened, I believe the incoming order.
Deacon waves. He never left.
Wait, where are you gonna leave? Did I?
Deacon, you kind of blend in.
Yeah, no, I never left. I was just talking to Isaac, and then
Oh yeah,
I had a seat.
I
So I just kind
forgot.
of wave. I'm literally pretending to be a potted plant, apparently, but accidentally pretending to be a potted plant. I am simply enjoying the nutrients of the soil in this plant in this pot that I found.
Good stuff. It's good stuff.
It does in fact have what plants crave.
All right, and I would say Epheen comes in next, and then Gully. Given how the events went down, I think yeah, that would be the proper time frame. Um,
Come back, everybody. So here's the
Hi.
thing: you either need to go kill something, or I need to talk to Crowe and fight him.
I'm sorry.
Why?
You see, Princess Rudo, the one that gave her basically love to someone that then kind of spit in the face and then took her special item, and it's probably a phylactery that we have to go destroy, possibly, that I don't want to destroy because she's my sister. You either need to make him understand that he needs to step up and decide what he wants to do with my sister, because I'm guessing she probably still likes him, and yeah, her family has a type.
Shouldn't we at least try talking to him first?
Oh yes, I'll try talking to him, and once he says the wrong thing, then I'm gonna fight him.
Right.
Or we can go outside and I can kill some stuff in the tall grass.
Or
And
we could go talk to him and you could go outside and kill stuff in the long grass. That way less people are likely to get hurt.
I did hear there's a lot more activity out in the tall grass we might need to handle anyway.
okay, go with the Fiend's plan, just because the fact that I really don't want to cause them that much issue in Castle Town since I have a shop here.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, anybody want to come with me and kill stuff, or do we want to go and talk?
How
How about
to be honest,
kill?
I'm taking Crow for this one.
Okay. In?
I suggested the plan, so I would prefer to go talk if that's okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Remember,
We'll go talk.
if fine, oh, that's fine. Just remember, if you start hearing loud explosions, it's perfectly fine.
Well, I'm sure you can go with him, Gully, and help him kill stuff to make sure he doesn't overdo himself.
Okay, I'll go with him then.
Okay. Well, have
Ledo,
fun
buddy, old
storming the
pal.
castle.
Let's blow up stuff.
Hell yeah.
Now, Gully, is it more cast a spell and then blow stuff up? Cast a spell, turn into some kind of elemental and then blow stuff up?
How do they say when you're gambling? Dealer's choice. Whatever you want to do, man. I'm all for
Never
it.
gambled before, though.
Okay. Well, whatever you decide, that's what I go with. As long as we get the
Okay.
blow up stuff.
Yes. Or they zap it from lightning.
Ooh, make it all crispy. Or it'll go all splat all over the place. Yes.
Okay. Guys, have
Okay,
fun.
guys.
all right,
We'll try not to have too much fun without you.
so we're splitting the party.
Fair. Enjoy, guys.
All right, so um, I'm trying to find the more interesting battle mechanic for this. But all right, so while I'm doing that, let us head to Hyrule Castle Town, or to Hyrule Castle. So while we head towards the castle, is there any kind of like side trips you want to make? You could see Ken. You could go see Bartholomew. or we could just, kind of bypass all of that.
Do you mind if I see Cat and Epheen before we officially head in there?
No, it's all good. I'm more than help. Yeah. So, go ahead.
Nice. Here, let's yeah. Here, let's see if he's got anything in store. I do kind of miss him. I haven't seen him in ages.
All right.
Okay.
So, you make your way into the armory inside of Hyrule. Actually, before you even head to that, as you get to the gate, the guards do kind of like stop you to ask you what your business and intentions are in Hyrule Castle. So they stop you on your feet and they're like, "Halt!" Like,
Hi. We're here to see Crowe about some official kingdom type business.
and they're like, "It's okay, Deacon. We know who you are. Head on."
Oh, thank you.
So they're like, "We just have to say that."
That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, it means you guys are doing a good job. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys continue doing a good job. Have a nice day, guys.
Both of you give me a perception check.
Animating. Ooh, 18. That's surprisingly high for my perception. Hey, nice.
Nice.
All right. So as you're passing, one of the guards makes this hand gesture. And with that perception check, you notice that the guards are wearing magical rings. You feel no effect. You like nothing changes like to you or anything like that, but something definitely happened. Like he wasn't just scratching his butt. Now you don't have to act on it, but you notice it.
In 10 seconds to check it to remind myself if I do not have stutter spell, so yeah, I'm not going to try anything.
Give me 1 second. I need to check something.
Sure.
All right. Man, I kind of want to act on this. But we're gonna do it on the way back, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. As we walk though, like once we're like kind of out of earshot, if possible,
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Identify on myself to tell me if there are any spells affecting me.
Like any actively spell? No.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Then we're heading to Ken's.
Yep. So you head into Ken's, and what you do is you kind of head in, and he is, as per usual, delved deep into his work as he is producing not producing, the stockpile of weapons and armor that is in his production stash has greatly increased, and he does appear to be a little bit tired, like he's
Oh wow.
working he looks like he's working longer hours.
Damn.
He might have lost a couple of pounds. He looks a little tired in the face.
That's interesting. I'm going to just kind of knock on the door and go, hello, Ken. Just like I don't know if he's looking at me like as I enter, so I'm just trying to like politely get his attention without startling him.
So yeah, by no means is he's startled, but he was kind of like facing your general direction, but did not specifically notice your Zerfine's presence as he was like hammering out what appears to be at the moment like a pile of spearheads.
Oh wow.
So the moment you call out to him and make your presence known, the hammering stops and he looks up, and his mood is perfectly fine. Like he's happy to see you, and he's like, my favorite business partner.
Deacon smiles. He waves. Hey, it's good to see you, Ken. How have you been?
Good. Keep him busy.
Nice. Me very glad to hear that. You look like you've been working really hard for a while. Is everything okay?
I'm sure it's fine. I'm just working on the stockpile.
Huh.
You know how it is. So sometimes it gets a little bit low, and they just want to make sure that that all the guards are and all the new guards are well equipped.
Gotcha. How long has it been going on?
He's kind of like looking at, and he's like, I want to say like a week, but I mean, I don't think I could produce all this in about a week. So maybe a little bit more.
Huh. Hey, Ken, you mind if I cast a spell on you real quick?
You mind if I ask what it is?
I want to see if there's, maybe some kind of magic-y stuff.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fine.
Thanks. I cast Identify on Ken to see if there are any spells affecting him at this time.
No.
Okay.
What that strictly applies to magic, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, any spells or like I guess items.
Okay.
Because yeah.
I mean, running, with the check from before, like you notice that his pupils are a little dilated. His breathing is kind of heavier than it normally is. Yeah.
Can I do a medicine check to see what that might mean?
Yes.
Okay. Epheen, do you know medicine?
Quite well, yes.
So dilated pupils, heavy breathing, something to do with the magic rings those guards were wearing. Can you maybe do you see anything going on? I will give her. Oh wait, what?
No, sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to give you an enhance ability intelligence to see if you could make a medicine check for me.
I can certainly try.
Thanks.
Could you quickly remind me what enhance ability does?
Gives you advantage on all intelligence checks for the next hour.
Thank you.
Sure. Hey, holy shit.
Natural 20.
20. Epheen looks away and tries to figure out what's wrong.
Okay. So with that medicine check, what you're able to discern about Ken is that what it it obviously is nothing magical from the identify, but from the medicine check, he is taking an energy supplement. And I was going to like divulge that, but the answer, like information about the supplement, would have been like dependent upon the role. A bare minimum would be like, he looks like he's taking a lot of caffeine.
Gotcha.
But you see that he is chewing on this type of root, and this root is a type of energy thing that has been known to, if abused, in rare cases, result in things like heart attacks, just from stress that it puts on their body if the root is abused.
Appreciate it.
Ouch.
Okay.
Excuse me, Ken?
Yes.
When was the last time you remember sleeping for an entire night?
2 days ago.
Oh man.
That
Ken?
is a very bad thing, I hope you realize.
Insight check him. It's been more than 2 days.
My God. Ken, I think it's time, like, I know they have you, like, working hard and stuff, but that's really not the answer, right? I mean, can I ask you who has you doing all this?
That's not that anyone's got me doing it. It's just there's orders, and I got to fill the orders, and there's just so much going on with everything that I just need a little extra boost.
Um, Unfortunately, Ken, I do know. I've seen, people get hooked on a couple of organic plants back in Kakariko, and it doesn't end pretty for them.
I'm not hooked.
Again, it's not about being hooked or not, to be honest. It's about whether or not you eventually get a heart attack because you're not sleeping enough. I mean, come on. It's, um, you know, it's seems like you're maybe pushing it. Listen, I mean, I know it's not easy. I know you've got all this, but you know, I mean, don't you have anybody you could like outsource some of this out to, maybe? I mean, you know, I I'm not trying to, be rude here, but I I didn't really want I've tried to refrain from asking you for stuff for a while. Maybe any money that you would have put towards potentially a partnership thing, maybe you could just use that to hire somebody extra for a little while. Take some of the work off your hands. I wouldn't mind. If it means your health, I would give you anything I could, Ken.
I mean, can't really have anybody pick up this slack, but and he starts to like look around. He's like, I'm almost done. You know, I'll be done in like 2-3 days.
Mm,
I can get some sleep
dude,
after that.
I I mean, that like usually once you hit like 3 days of not sleeping, it can be fatal, right?
For other people, He's like,
For
but
all
I'm Ken.
people.
I've been doing this my whole life. I could deal with this.
That's not a good thing. That makes it worse.
No,
Trust
because I
me.
can do it.
Have you been doing this route your whole life, Ken?
No, just one other time, and it helped out. So I'm just
Yeah.
going back to it and just get a little
That's how
help.
it always goes. Yeah.
How long have you been taking it this time, Ken?
Since the orders came in a couple days ago.
Insight.
All right.
Inspiration, if I can. Sorry. It's a little later than I wanted to.
All right, you want to throw inspiration on that?
That's a D12.
Okay.
Okay. He has lost total concept of time. However,
Oh man.
Oh no.
your insight check dictates that he implied something very specific and that this was not a verbal order. Give me an investigation check.
You
Because
have advantage on this because it's intelligence. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Puff.
18.
18. All right. So, you find an order on the paper on like this desk area that basically states like until further notice, due to unforeseen circumstances, that the Royal Armory will be on full production until the armory is over capacity.
Is it signed by anyone?
It's signed by Cato, and it's dated a week and a half ago.
I'm gonna look around for a bucket or a jug or something, pick one up, hold it up to Ken's mouth and tell him, spit that stuff out your mouth right now.
Yes. Bleh. And very begrudgingly, like, just lets it like fall, like roll off of his tongue and fall into a bit of cloth that you have found.
Right.
I'd like to I'd like to approach Ken and just kind of. Sorry, did I cut you off, Epheen? I didn't want to.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. You know
Thanks.
him better than me.
Appreciate it. So I want to go take Ken's hand, if he'll let me. I just want to look up at him, and I want to put on like the puppy dog eyes. I want to I want to say like, please, Ken, I will talk with. Wait, I would like to surreptitious. I'd like to use a bonus action to establish my telepathic link with Epheen due to my 1 level of aberrant mind. And I'm gonna ask who sent him the letter.
1 week ago it was Kado, I believe.
Perfect, thanks.
I have in front of my hand, DM, please confirm I'm saying the right name.
Yeah. Kato's the captain of the guard. We know him
Sorry.
from a while back. No, it's good. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna take his hand. I'm gonna give him the puppy dog eyes. I'm gonna say, please, Ken. I'll take care of Kato. I'll talk to him. I'll try and talk some sense into him. But if you won't quit for yourself, then please quit for me. You know, I just I want to look out for your safety, but you know, I'm not the only person who needs you. You know, well, like the way you normally are. You know, this can't be easy on your son to watch either, and you know, it's it's better to just chill for a while and delegate. You're the big boss, Ken. You know, you made this, you shaped this. Now it's time to let it work like a machine. I'm your business partner. I'm gonna do the partner thing. I'm gonna talk to the man upstairs, and we're gonna get this sorted out. But in the meantime, I need you to just go spend a night at home, have a good night's sleep, talk to your son maybe, you know, just have a moment and just lay off this stuff. If you get the itch, I'll see if I can find something else to help with that, but in the meantime, just take it easy, please.
Give me persuasion. Or intimidation if you want.
Take persuasion and hope I don't get cursed with a 1. 35.
35 will definitely persuade him. So,
Puppy dog Deku nice. How can you the same thing that worked on my mom when I needed her to quit smoking when I was a kid.
Oh,
all right. So, you're able to get through to Ken as well. I guess 3 days is long enough, and I could use a break. Yes.
Yeah. You know, maybe if it's, you know, all the same, maybe you just take a break with Decans and maybe you can, you know, work together with your son when you get some rest. You know? Like family bonding time or something. And you know, just kind of let the extracurricular activities go for a bit, you know what I mean? Just I mean, you know, if yeah, well, like, does that make sense, Ken? You feel me?
Because honestly, my brain's going so fast right now. I feel like I just want to say yes.
I understand. Epheen, do you have like calm emotions or sleep or anything like that?
I do have sleep. Luckily.
Um,
This is
nice.
absolutely 100% like from the root. Like he's uh
Definitely.
this is not an emotional state, but sleep, that could work.
Yeah. I you know, I have a sleeping bag. Um, I say yeah, I have a sleeping bag. And I have actually a couple of bedrolls. Um, so yeah. Do you have a nice secure place in maybe the back of the shop, Ken?
The entire place is filled with armor and weaponry.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Um,
it kind of looks like Bartholomew's office, only with weapons and armor.
you mean Bradford?
Bradford, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just curious. Yeah. Damn. Is there even hypothetically space for him to lay down if I give him a bedroll?
Um, you probably could take a few moments just to like push stuff aside.
Yeah.
to find like some floor space.
Could we do that?
Yeah.
Could I get your help with that, Epheen?
Of course.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
But between the two of
Um,
you, without there not being a time of an issue, like, that's not a problem.
yes. Yeah, I'm gonna take out a comfy bedroll and yeah, let's see. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him, look, since you're married to work, we'll cast a spell that'll let you get some rest. So I hand him the bedroll and I tell him to just lay down for once.
All right. And he
Uh,
lays down.
Okay. All right. And now
You can see like his feet are
mhm,
kind of moving. He's like his hands are kind of just like scratching the other hand, and his head's starting to get a little like jittery as like sitting
okay.
still is not much within his capabilities right now.
Valid. I'd like to for me and Ephine to step out of range, like of wherever she has to center the spell, and I'm gonna ask her if she could cast sleep, please. Um, Ephine, could you sleepify him, please? Thank you.
I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Let's actually outcast this level so just to get him out.
Thanks. Hey, nice. 49 HP worth of nap time.
All right, that is definitely enough to put him out. Um, quite honestly, given his state, he was operating at a diminished HP anyway.
Fair, fair.
So this does definitely like completely knock him out. Like he's still like parts of him are still almost like involuntarily like twitching, but you can tell he is fully unconscious from this spell.
Nice. Thanks, Ephine. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely. He's clearly not in the good headspace.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind if we make a pit stop to talk to Kato after either before or after we talk to Crowe, depending on whether I see him before then or not?
I wouldn't mind at all.
Thanks. Here, we can head to Crowe, and then if I don't see Kato around by happenstance, I'm gonna give him a sending call and see what's going on.
All right. So, where do you look for Crow? I guess I should say.
Guess that's true. Fiend, do you want me to sending him and see if he'll meet us in the main hall or something? I know he usually stays in the castle, but that's all about I know.
No, yeah, that's a lot better than my idea.
All right. So yeah, I will cast sending on Crow. You go, hi, it me, Deku, one of those people you met from Zelda. We need to talk to you about something happening. Need help with item. Thanks. And I'm gonna cast sending again because that didn't explain what I needed to. Please meet us in main hall of palace castle something. It is genuinely pretty important. Okay, 2 sendings.
Okay.
I marked off the spell slots.
All right. So he replies, and he replies with, "Okay."
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected.
So you make your way to the throne room, and whether or not this was your intention, to no surprise after the fact, Kato and Zelda are present in the main throne room.
Oh, hi. Fancy meeting you here.
And so Kato kind of like, or Zelda speaks up on the matter, and just out of curiosity, why did you want to meet Crowe in the throne room of all places?
I don't know where else there is in here. I'm sorry. I know the hallway to get here, and I know Ken's place, and that's all the rooms that I've been allowed in.
Fair.
Sorry.
I mean, if you have private business, he can take you elsewhere.
That would be cool. But to be honest, I mean, it's nothing that you probably shouldn't hear in the first place anyway, if that kind of makes sense. It's about a temple anyway, so for what it's worth, you might be able to you might be interested to hear what we've discovered at least? Question mark.
I would like to hear an update. Yes, that would be something of interest to me.
Okay. So we cleaned out the fire temple. We're still looking for a sage for the fire temple to replace Darunia. And then we're looking to go to the water temple. And we found out that the corruption was kind of a spooky looking Princess Rudo. And well, she managed to escape her temple for a little bit, so we're like putting the boot on it to get this like done. But yeah. Like Crowe has her engagement ring, which is her phylactery, and we need it from him. And otherwise, we can't defeat the corruption, and the temple's gonna stay all stinky and messed up.
Uh, and you can see him roll his eyes at the mention of engagement.
Crowe or Kato?
Crowe.
Oh, I didn't know you were actually here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, like they're all there. Like Crowe said he
Okay.
was going to meet you there, so like he went there, but that's
Gotcha.
kind of like where the princess and Kato are, is like a default during the day.
Okay. That
So
makes sense.
yeah, that's why they were like,
Um,
is this like business we need to discuss, or is this like a personal thing? Like that's kind of like
wait.
what Zelda was getting at.
Fair. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that update, exactly as I said it, is what they get out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a complete and total lack of surprise on her face. A little bit disheartening. Some like, I guess you could consider to be like a sad frustration. But not surprise. Do you tell her about like how Darunia, like everything that went down with Darunia after the battle and all that, or do you just allude to Princess Rudo being corrupted?
Honestly, yeah. I'll for brevity's sake, I will tell him about the Runia. I tell them about the Runia. For that matter, I'm gonna briefly tell tell them about the big zombie dude that we kicked his butt to.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
Like I'll just info dump them real quick.
all right,
Just
gotcha.
while I can.
So yeah, even with everything, like she recognizes everything that you said with like a degree of anticipation. Kato is, through the conversation, largely lost. Kind of like left in the dark, does not seem to follow much of what you're saying. He
Gotcha.
recognized who Princess Ruto was in the conversation, but
Mhm.
pretty much nothing else made any sense to him.
Gotcha. Poor Kato.
So Zelda, she states as well, I appreciate the update. And whether you feel it or not, you've handled the Fire Temple very well. Although the lack of a sage, as disheartening as it is, it's not necessarily a priority. But I still feel that I have put my faith in the right people.
Thanks. I'm glad that you think so.
Now, is this Epheen's first time seeing Zelda?
Second, I believe.
I believe too.
It's at least second, maybe third.
No, I've met her before.
Oh, okay. All right. So we don't have to go through the "and who is this" routine. So,
Unless she's completely forgotten me, which I wouldn't be surprised.
so let's say that like she recognizes you, and although like it's not completely clicking, like when like you meet somebody and you forget, you just don't feel right like asking their name again.
Oh, please tell me your name again.
It's like, hey, buddy.
Is it my fault for forgetting you, or is it your fault for being forgettable? Anyway,
So yeah, like yeah, she knows that she met you, and she's just like, she just doesn't really feel the need to like re-enter that reintroduction thing. So in her conversation, she very broadly refers to you as a group to make sure that like words that she says like you're included in, like you're umbrelled underneath, in terms of like making sure that the right people were chosen for this task and things like that. But
this is such an icy bitch.
but yeah,
I know she's trying, but like the entire interaction still kind of radiates icy bitch.
no, it does. It absolutely does. But also keep in mind, like, she kind of like got sucked into this. Like,
That's true.
like she really doesn't, like, you're in her throne room.
That's true. We did just barge into like she was like eating lunch with Kato.
Yeah.
You literally like
Yeah.
they have the cucumber sandwiches and tea over there getting cold on a table. And it's like, and you're still talking, Deku? My God, yeah.
You
No, I
came
get
here
it.
to not see me in my throne room, and you're still like running this scenario. Like, so
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I'll politely with the update, I will ask if I could talk to Kato once I finish with Crowe. But in the meantime, we'll leave you back to your tea and crumpets, Miss Zelda.
so Crow kind of like says, all right, like, let's walk.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
so you go to the rose garden.
That works. That's a place I know exists now.
No, that's a total Game of Thrones reference.
Oh. Damn.
No one's gonna die.
Foiled again.
But you start like walking through like the halls, like not in like an unfamiliar area of the castle, but still like
Mhm.
your general place of like if you had to get back to somewhere you could get there now, but this isn't really some place that like you've specifically been before.
Gotcha.
But the two of you, the Epheen and Deacon, are just kind of walking and talking, with Crowe. He's like,
Okay.
so what's up?
Hi, Crow. Well, we're trying to. I know you probably value brevity. I'm learning that slowly. People. I'm anyway. So I wanted to ask, if you still had the Zoran Sapphire that you would have gotten like a very, very long time ago from Princess Rudo. I'm not sure if you. I think you might have heard. We're trying to get into the Water Temple, and it's kind of the well, let's just say it's Rudo's phylactery now. Um, Maybe it always has been, and we kind of needed to ask it of you, in order to cleanse the temple.
And then he like comes to a stop in front of a door. It's like, yeah, I still got that engagement trinket.
Are you okay with giving it to us? Like I don't want to be presumptuous, but I don't really know how you feel about her, or felt about her, or
He goes, listen, this was a long time ago. Kids do things when they're young, you know. And sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you make a promise that you didn't know you made. So you're kind of stuck in it. And
mm,
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know why I kept it all these years. But yeah, you want it, it's yours. And so he like opens up the door that you're all adjacent to, and
mm,
you would recognize it within a very brief period of time that like this is his these are his quarters.
mm.
It's a fairly
Okay.
sizable room, and in it you may recognize some things.
Hmm.
uh, you know what? Epheen and Deacon, give me 3 items that you, or up to 3 items that you feel your character would recognize from. Well, I said I wasn't going to go deep into this, but I keep like dipping my toes in it. Epheen, in your timeline, there was no link.
No, that legend was well hidden.
Yeah. So if you can think of any legendary type items that you would have heard of in stories that other people might have used, um, feel free to let me know. Like, give it a little bit of thought because I know it's going to be like a little bit more difficult for Epheen. But Deacon, give me 3 items that Deacon would have heard from in stories, particularly stories that he most likely heard from Guru of things that he knew that Link used. And I'll tell you if they're in the
Um.
room.
Okay. Ocarina of Time. I mean, it's the Ocarina of Time. Like, it's the one thing that Guru would tell him the legends about. It's literally the legendary musical instrument, and you're talking to a bard who was raised by a bard.
You do not see it, but do you ask about it?
Yes. I ask if it's true that it was a real thing.
Crowe says yes. It was a real thing, but I do not have it.
That's fair. I imagine it makes things very, very complicated in ways I can't wrap my head around. I would probably also not be able to hang on to it forever.
As was his difficulty. But okay, item number 2.
The Deku leaf from Wind Waker that you can glide around on.
Okay, so like a giant like Deku leaf.
Yeah.
There is. It's kind of like
Neat.
it at first it might have to like the untrained eye, it might have just struck you as a like tapestry affixed to the wall, but as this is like a fabled item that Deacon has heard about in stories, you would see it there.
Nice. Wow. I I asked him if it was fun to ride around on the Deku leaf when he was a kid. I always wanted something like that. It's kind of how I first learned to do my little pedal glide trick, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite as well, leafy.
And Crow kind of walks over to the leaf and kind of puts his hand on it, and you ever so subtly just see a very brief smile cross his face as he remembers the fun times he had with it as a child.
I that one was like all the rage. I like in the little comics and stories that I heard tell from it was I don't know. they kind of stole it for the Lost Woods Ninja stories that I also used to read about.
Nice.
Little copycat. But still, it always had a fun place in my heart.
And item number 3.
I guess like the boomerang, or like the, be it like the magical boomerang or the Gale boomerang, like, the capital B boomerang, you know what I mean?
Not like that. He does have like a boomerang that is sitting on kind of like a pedestal, and it's like arced in the. Give me a history check to see like how detailed your recollection of like the physical properties of this boomerang that you're thinking of would be.
Okay. 14.
14? It doesn't quite fit the description.
Okay. Interesting.
But you probably also knew from tales that there were
like a dozen that he burned through, huh?
Yeah, he had a number of boomerangs, but this is not that particular one.
Okay.
So he has like a small trove of stuff, which is in at least slight contradiction of him being dismissive, saying that like most of the stuff is gone, and but in the vast span of things, like you can also tell that there is a bit of truth that there are a number of fabled things that are not present. Like there's points of things that he would. You get the impression that all of these items he's holding on to for sentimental reasons. Like these aren't things that he's necessarily like preparing to go back into battle with. Like these are things that hold good memories.
Nice.
All right.
That's cool.
Any particular items that Epheen is looking for?
The only one I can think of that I believe Epheen would have knowledge of is blue fire.
Is what fire?
Blue fire.
The blue. Okay, off of the blue candle.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a blue candle. So the way that you come across it is as he kind of like walks over to like a shelf where like the light coming into his room from like the one window that he has, it is creating this blue glow. And as he reaches up onto the shelf, it's where he pulls off the it's where the Zoran sapphire is located. And but as he kind of like removes it from the shelf, you can see that there's a candle there, and the candle remains blue, and it has this kind of like metallic blue holder to it. The what is left of the candle is maybe a very small bit of wax that looks like maybe the candle might burn for 20 minutes. But on like the top of the candle where like the wax has like melted but still reformed, it has a darker shade of blue to it. And yeah, you could safely conclude that this is the blue candle that produces the magical blue flame. So he's holding the sapphire, and yeah,
I'm curious about one more thing, if that's not too greedy.
maybe. What is it?
Does he still have the wooden sword that he started with?
Fuck you.
Like, the OG sword?
You son of a fucking bitch. Yes, he
That's a
does. Yes.
So he is an old man now.
Yep. Old is a matter of perspective.
Damn right.
Yes, there is a what appears to be, and in fact, like it holds, like it's not on any type of pedestal, like the boomerang, and it's not, you know,
Mhm.
carefully flattened out and placed on the wall like the Deku leaf. It is just kind of leaning against the corner of the wall in a darkened corner of the room. It is a sword that in terms of an adult would be of negligible size, but to a child or a Deku scrub or a Kokiri, it's a nice sized sword, and it just sits there leaning against the corner of the wall completely unsuspiciously.
Nice. I'm going to hold on to that card for now and let the Zoran Sapphire play out for a minute.
Okay.
But then we're going to do something.
Okay. All right. So he takes that hold on. So he takes the Zoran Sapphire, and cups it in his hands, and holds it in a way that feels like it's been forever since he's held this thing, and much like a lot of these other items, you know whether he wants to or not, these memories just return to him, and again, like much like the Deku leaf, you see that little just break in the in the coldness that is Crowe before he regathers himself and tries to pretend like he really doesn't care about this. And he goes over to Deacon and Epheen. And
Deacon, for the moment, looks rather somber as he has recognized that and kind of knows the feeling.
yeah, he goes, listen, I've told you before that what's going on now is not my fight. And I stand by that. And that I respect you enough to make your own decisions on these matters. But having been in your position, one thing I will not do is stand in your way. So that's where this applies. And if you feel that this is something that will aid in the conclusion of your journey, then it's yours. Who takes it?
I guess I will. But with like slumped shoulders, and I'll go,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Crowe. I wish it didn't have to be this way.
And as you take it, he pulls you in close and he says, now we're engaged.
Deacon giggles.
So,
The romance arc I never knew I wanted.
so he does once again break character for just that brief little second to kind of like alleviate
Deacon
his
giggles
tension.
heartily.
And he gives you like he gives you a little pat on your shoulders, and he's like, listen, he goes, in all seriousness though, I know what it's like to be where you are and to have people stand in your way, and admittedly I found myself in situations where I had to make regrettable decisions. So I'm not going to be the one to put any of you in a position to have to make regrettable decisions.
I appreciate it, Crowe. I I know that you know I'm going to kind of like give like a gentle tease, like test the waters a bit and go like, saying things like that makes it pretty clear there's still hero left in you, whether you want it to be or not.
Listen, there may be story left in me, but there's no hero.
I understand.
Hero or not, there's certainly a good person in there.
You
I think that's more valuable.
very true.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I appreciate that. Well, for what it's worth, I have to say that, for one, I trust that you're doing the right thing, and two, and as he looks at Epheen, he goes, you know, I do. Not much, but I do see a little bit of her in you. So, yeah. And he kind of like recollects himself as you start to gather that maybe potentially part of the reason he was so eager to give this up is at least in part due to Epheen.
Makes sense.
May I do something, Crowe? It has nothing to do with this. I just promised myself I'd do it the first time we met you. Oh, I met you. I know you've met the others before. I'm sorry.
No, there's no need to be sorry or anything like that. It's sometimes things just unfold in a certain way, and sometimes we can see it, sometimes we have control over it, and sometimes we are just at the mercy and flow of our own fate or someone else's. These are
No?
strange days, and all we can ever do is our best. But sometimes our best is not doing anything.
I'm going to take that as a yes, Epheen says, before stepping forward and hugging him.
You absolutely can. But yeah, at this point, Crowe is looking a little uncomfortable being more vulnerable and forthcoming that he has been in every other meetup. Yeah, he is at a little point of discomfort, and in trying to like regain his bit. It's like, yeah, so um, you got it. Can I walk you out?
Yes, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah. No.
So I look at him with like kind of like the little like sparkly gaze, I say, I have to ask you one more thing, Crowe. Is that the real sword? The one you started with? The legend?
Hardly a legend.
Well, begin. I mean, it was there from the beginning. I mean, that's kind of it's maybe not legendary by itself, but it definitely started the legend.
I suppose it's it's a sword with a lot of history to it. And he kind of like picks it up and it walks over to it, picks it up, and it kind of like very like the way he's handling it, he's handling it in a way that kind of shows that he has little respect for it, like as an actual weapon. That he kind of like views it more as like a trinket. Um, and he goes, honestly, I really don't know why I keep this.
Have you do you mind if I ask you about I'm sorry, I know this is more than you maybe bargained for, but I have you ever seen anything like this? And I in the like in floating like slightly above my outstretched like palm of my hand, I minor image a picture of the Bestial Ganon ring.
No, never seen that before.
Trying to think about whether I should tell him or not.
He is in the dark about it.
Yeah, could I just honestly, I'm gonna just tell him about the Bestial Ganon bit. That it I'm gonna just take a minute to explain it to him. That we found it in our travels a long time ago in another world.
Okay. So Deacon takes time to explain it, and as exposition. So there is this rig in the campaign. In a very specific place, and it has come to be known as the Bestial Ganon ring. It is the ring that holds, and this is why, like in chat periodically, when talking about Ganondorf, I will simply just shorten it to Ganon, and I had to correct myself in chat the other day when talking about this, because Ganondorf and Ganon are two very different entities. Ganondorf is a Gerudo who was a prophesized person to blah blah blah. Like the in this campaign, we are currently trying to prevent the resurrection or subsequently kill or whatever Ganondorf. Ganon is a primal evil wart-hogged beast, and given the amount of destruction that this thing is capable of, it has, through lore, adopted the name of Ganon. Bestial Ganon and Ganondorf are two very different, separate characters. So the creature that is Bestial Ganon has been trapped inside a ring, and what happens is if somebody wears this ring, they will eventually either die from wearing it through escalated possession, or if the person is strong enough, they will have their body essentially taken over, and the Ganon will come out and exist on this plane through that person's body. The only way that we have explained that this ring can be destroyed without adverse effects, which would essentially kill Bistro Ganon inside the ring, is through the wooden sword. And so throughout the campaigns, this has been an item. The wooden sword has been an item that has been long sought after, that has been in Crowe's possession the entire time of this campaign. But the flip side is Crowe does not know about the ring, and Crowe does not know about what this wooden sword is capable of. He simply views it as a sword that he had when he was younger that was not very capable of much until he found better swords. So that is the what the Bistro Ganon ring is, and the connection of it to the wooden sword.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna just walk him down that road. I have no idea how he's gonna take this.
Partially disbelief, but in true Crowe fashion, he recognizes it as not his fight.
Fair enough.
So he goes, listen, if you think that this old piece of wood can destroy an ancient powerful evil, just have at it.
I will bring this back to you someday. If breaking the ring doesn't destroy the sword somehow. Hopefully it doesn't do that. But if it doesn't, I will bring this back to you.
So before he, as you go to take the sword.
No, I don't. I'm not that rude.
Well.
Oh.
When like
Okay.
your hand comes in contact with the sword.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry.
You hear a voice inside your head asking if you accept responsibility for this sword.
What?
Just the voice simply says it is this ethereal type voice. Not like if you've ever heard any voice of any goddess or anything at this point, it is not a familiar voice. It simply asks, do you accept responsibility for this sword?
I respond, I will make sure that this sword destroys that ring. If that's the responsibility you're asking me, then yes, I do.
At this point, like you find yourself in a place where it like everything is like black and time has stopped.
Oh shit, okay.
And like you can't pull the sword away from Crowe, nor is Crowe like reacting to anything in this moment.
Understood.
And the question asks again, do you accept
yes?
And then instantly everything goes back to normal. Like time had never stopped, and you have possession of the sword.
Holy shit, that was trippy. Deku just like takes a minute to collect himself. Wow. Thanks, Crowe. Thank you.
Like,
I think it trusts me.
I think it's a block of wood.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, technically so am I, so.
Fair.
And I smile at him.
So it's like, all right. Well, enjoy your sword and destroying your ring, and yeah.
All right. Do we know where the ring is?
I do.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure I also know where the ring is. Are we on the same page of knowing where the ring is?
There is a bigger possibility than I'm giving you credit for. Which is a really weird way to answer it, but I'm weighing a lot of things right now with that answer.
I feel you. Okay, do you want me to DM it to you so it's not
No,
anticlimactic? What I'm
no,
wrong?
because
Okay.
I don't even want to know what you think.
Okay.
like as like if this is going to unfold, I want to be completely in the dark with this.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point now he's like kind of not forcefully but subtly, like physically, like walking out of the room with you. But you know what? Like, so as you start to exit the room, or as you do exit the room, this is where we're going to temporarily cut this, and we will potentially get back to it because we have some battling to do.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, I have found what I was looking for. So, I'm going to ask a very interesting question. Gully and Ledo. How many enemies do you want to take on at once?
Ooh. Go for it, Ledo.
What do we got? A mute?
I do not hear you, Ledo.
Ledo?
Yeah, you said 1 second.
Anything now?
There we go. Yep, I hear you.
Okay, there we go.
So,
Okay, so how many enemies as you venture out into the tall grass fields?
100% 8.
8. All right. So Gully and Ledo, give me 4 d20s.
Okay.
Or
Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. Where did it go? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh, no, wait. It's on the other page. All right, so we got a 5, 10, 11, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 5, 10, 11, 12. All right. So you come across a very interesting battle. Five. All right. So as you're walking through the field, you start to see this red. Gully, did you ever have any of those dreams, like we had with last session?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Lita, you would recognize this red lightning as it just kind of like starts as like a slit and starts to open up to like a widening portal, and four things come out of this portal, and they almost immediately lock eyes on the two of you and start charging at you. And let me get the appropriate things. All right. And I will create the encounter and show you what is, well, actually I could just tell you what's coming at you. So the first thing out of the place, out of the, fuck it,
Portal?
the portal, thank you, is a Yiga soldier. No, there we go. Okay, the encounter page. And then after that comes a golden bokoblin, a red Lionel, and an armored Dodongo. Do I have an armored Dodongo on here? If not, I'm gonna make it even worse. I don't have an armored Dodongo on here. So you know what? Let me ask. I'm gonna put your choice on this. Do you want it to be a bipedal Dodongo or a king Dodongo?
That'll leave up to Gully.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it to chance. 50 or lower, king.
Beetle. Oh,
Okay. So it's
bipedal.
the other one, the bipedal.
Bipedal. All right. And then let me see. Then we got the golden bokoblin and a red Lionel. All right. And let me get you guys on this map, and then I'll move you over. Player. Huh. Lito, your icon isn't loading up properly.
Don't know why. It should.
Huh. Well, you know what? I'll port you guys over, and we'll see if we can iron that bit out.
Yeah, I don't have a picture on mine. I don't know. It's fine. I'll know who I am.
We know who Lito is.
Yes.
All right. Does that look better on the screen?
Yes.
Why is it doing that? It's really all right. Yeah, let me try to reload that. See if it works better. Nope. Oh, yes. All right. Okay. So let's start off with getting some initiatives.
Ah, boo.
Well, we're not going to have a good day. It's okay.
Oh,
Fine.
jeez.
All right.
We're fine.
That's perfectly fine. All right. These
Starting
guys.
off with a bang, though, just that way you know.
Good.
It's going to be a very big bang.
Yes, it's going to be a big bang.
we have some decent enemies here, so I'm have we faced any golden enemies in this campaign yet?
I don't think so.
No.
There was the golden Lizalfos, I believe, that we rescued Epheen from.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That is true.
So we get the Moblin, the Red Lionel, which is like your run-of-the-mill, like middle of the road Lionel, and Yiga, Moblin, Lionel, and Dodongo. All right. So head turns on these guys.
Everything lower than a 6. Jesus.
All right. So the Yiga is
Everything's going before me.
22. The Moblin right down here is 24. The Red Lionel is 9. And the Bipedal is 16. All right. Sending order. All right. So first things first is the Golden Lionel. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the Golden Moblin. I
Golden
apologize.
Lionel.
Sorry about that. All right. Just take a quick look at him. All right. He is going to. What's the movement? All right. He's going to start charging immediately. All right. And from there, he is going to make 3 bow attacks on Gully. Okay, so first one is a 20.
He will he'll let that one go through.
All right. That one is going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
And because of Heavy Armor Master, he'll reduce that by 3, so 10 points of piercing damage.
You got it. Second attack,
Oh,
19.
19 will miss.
And his third and final attack, a 31.
And for that third and final attack, he will chronal shift that. So as a reaction, the creature can see within 30 feet. It makes attack roll, ability check, blah, blah, blah. Have 3 roll and use the second roll.
Okay, so second roll regardless of anything. 28.
Okay, he's still hitting.
All right, so that's going to be a 11 points of piercing damage.
All right, so 11 minus 3, so 8 more points of damage. All righty.
Okay, so second to go is going to be the Yiga. All right. Okay. And he's going to... I think it's going to make a shuriken attack. What's the distance on that? Yep, okay. Within range, he's going to make a shuriken attack on Ledo. At advantage, as Ledo has not taken a turn yet. First shuriken out is going to be a 13 to hit.
Nope.
And second shuriken out. 17.
Nope.
All right.
18
And
without my shield.
nice. All right. And that will end his turn as we go to the bipedal. All right. All right. Going to go up 30, and he's going to use his breath attack. So I believe it's a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, DC 13 dex save.
And that's for both of us, right?
Yeah, for both.
1.
Okay, so Gully will take half damage, and I believe there's resistances for you guys involved, so I'll just put everything out there. The base damage on for the fire damage. Oh no, it's only okay. It's only fire damage. So 16 points is the base, and then mitigate your damages respectively, and that will end his turn as we go to Gully. All right, Gully, you are up.
B5, both thumb. I smell the blood of evil scum. Be it alive or be it dead, I'll grind its bones to make my bread. In bonus action, he will invoke Giant's Might and become large.
All right, which way would you like me to enlarge you?
Which way?
Yeah, like down to the left or right, up to the left or right.
Oh, up to the left, right.
Which one, left or right?
Right, sorry.
All right, so up and to the right. Ooh. There we go. All right.
All right, and that's his bonus action. And then as an action, he is going to cast Enlarge on himself.
All right. So that's another 5 feet.
He will go to another 5 feet, so 15. So
All right.
yeah.
Up and to the right again, or something else?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
All right. And then he is going to go ahead and move. He's gonna come back over here. So that way, they can focus on him and not his buddy over there.
All right.
All right. And that's his turn for now.
No actions, or no attacks or anything, or
Well,
the
because I used the action
unlocked.
to cast
Yeah,
that spell. Yeah.
gotcha. All right, so sounds good. Gully is freaking huge. Um, nice. All right, so now we're gonna go to the Lionel. Um, oh, I can't not. All right. 5. Okay, so right here, and he is going to fire breath,
Of course.
and I need a DC 16 deck save.
Oh, darn it. I haven't even been able to invoke my runes yet. Should have invoked the runes. Nope. He's taking all that.
All right, and that's going to be 25 points.
25.
All right, and okay, and that ends the Lionel's turn. As we go now to Ledo, who is promising something big.
Yes. Well, first he's going to take out his shield so as he goes up, which is not going to matter for a moment.
Uh,
And he's going to yell out to Gully, Gully, the dongos explode when they die, so just be careful. Also, I came up with a better plan instead of making you even bigger. Sorry.
No, that's good.
So, the first time, I am going to just put a hand to the sky and go, you like fire, do you? And I will cast Firestorm.
all right. So,
I will it's a biggie spell. My 7th level spell.
all right, you need a deck save or
Deck save.
deck save. All right, and is there a radius
DC
on?
19. DC 19, I am going to show you where I'm putting the 10-foot balls or squares. So that's going to be one right on top of him. One's going to be there.
Actually, you know
That's
what?
2.
You can move them, right?
Yeah, I have a little blue box.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So all right, you just go for it and yeah, just put them on the map.
There's one.
Mhm.
I will get my next one up and running now. My next one is going to be big. Doing that. So nice before. Why is it not doing it? If I need that, yes, that's what I want. Then there, and then one there, and then one there, and then one there. Mind you, that's only 5 so far. There's 6. There's 7. There's 8.
They have to be adjacent.
There's 9. Have to be adjacent. Okay.
Yeah.
That one. I'll move that box real quick. That way it's there. And I'll move that way.
Perfect. Almost.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
This one
Move.
is not adjacent. Oh, you know what? Yeah, on a diagonal, it's adjacent. Yeah.
I can move it. Move it.
But the Bokoblin one is not connected.
6, 7, 8, 9. I can fix that.
Yeah, just shift that one box over.
It needs to be put it on top of each other, and then I'll just make an extra one right next to it.
Well, no, you could take the one that's here
just
and
that
bump
thing.
it bump it to the right one.
Yeah,
It's
and that
fine.
would've solved
That
it.
works.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. All right.
That's 11 squares, though.
And I will move. It's 11.
3,
1,
6,
2, 3,
It's 11.
7, 8,
4,
9,
5,
10, 11.
6,
Yeah,
7.
that is 11.
Okay, then I will get rid of that one. There.
Okay. All right. So there's the firestorm,
Everybody's getting
and
hit.
yes, and
DC 19 deck save.
All right.
The only one that has to make 3 saves is the Dodongo.
All right. So let's
It's
start off
being
with
hit 3 times.
the Yiga. Give him his first deck save.
Nope.
Negative. All right, and then we'll
It's
go.
48 points of damage.
Is he alive? No. No, he dead. Hold on, let me make him dead. He did. All right. So I can take him off the screen.
Those darn casters.
And-
Sorry, it's the first time I've gotten to do this spell. I'm like, yes.
All right.
Let me hit one.
You
Bi-
will.
the
There'll be at least
bipedal's
one left.
getting hit. All right.
It's got to do that.
He's got to do it.
By the way.
Um.
Oh, so that's unless it's got fire resistance, that's 48 damage. Potentially 3 times.
He's got
All right. He failed all 3.
one. No, actually failed all 3.
Yeah.
All right. So he
100 plus damage.
okay. So he's going to take
144.
all right.
Yeah, unless it's got resistance, is 144.
He is still standing.
Okay, that's fine.
Not by much, but he's still standing. We're gonna go to the Bokoblin.
He actually makes it, so he only takes half. So 24.
Okay. All right, and last but not least, but the Lionel.
I don't know if he made it or not.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled the wrong card. There we go. That's the Lionel.
Yeah, he makes it.
He makes it, and so he takes.
Oh wait, I already used my reaction, so darn.
Right.
All right. So that killed the
Then-
Yiga and took a chunk out of a lot of people.
Then Ledo is gonna go, let's rock and roll, and Ledo will disappear from the battlefield, and instead Rock Ledo will show up. He will transform into a Earth Elemental,
All right.
and he will move right, so that way he can get his good friend some flanking, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Awesome. Nice. All right. So with that, we go to the top of the order, and we face our nice. We'll go to our golden moblin, who is going to now make spear attacks. And he's gonna go for Gully on the first one.
That's a miss.
He's gonna turn and go for Rock Ledo on the second one.
That's a miss.
Oh my
That's
god.
a miss.
And he's gonna go for
You know, spin around and come for me again,
yeah.
little buddy.
Let's see.
And that's a miss.
Miss.
Tink, tink, tink.
Oh, okay. He has that too. All right. That will conclude his turn. Yes, that was absolutely ridiculous. And the Yiga's gone, so he can't go. And then we go to the bipedal Dodongo, who has to make his recharge roll. Fails it. All right. 2 tails and a bite. All right. So he's going to go up to Gully. And he will multi-attack. First, going to do 2 tail attacks. 11. No. Oh my god, I'm doing. And a bite.
Oh.
Hey, you didn't hurt your tooth there, did you, little buddy?
Oh my god. They are not. Oh, all right. Now we're going to go to Gully. All right, Gully.
All right. So Gully is going to go for the little golden buddy here that he's got flanking on.
All right.
All right. So first attack.
That's definitely going to hit.
All right. So it'll be
29
29
damage.
points of damage plus a D4 because he's enlarged.
Big. Bigum.
So 4 more points of slashing damage.
33 damage.
Second attack, if he's still there.
Yeah, let me just get the minuses. All right. He's still there.
All right.
So 14.
14 will. Wait, oh, wait.
Wait, no, that's not right. Why did it do that? It just showed damage.
Oh, no, yeah, it's just more damage.
That's weird. Let me try rolling again. It's just showing damage. Why is it just showing damage now? Okay, let's just do regular roll, and it's plus 12.
23.
So 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
All right. Do you want me to? We'll just use that first set of damage there, the 14.
Yeah, we'll just use the 1410.
All right, and then an additional D4. So 1 more point.
All right.
All right, is he still there?
Still looking fine.
All right, okay. So we'll roll again. Third attack. 22 to hit.
With the plus 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 12.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. So then we've got 15 and 9 plus another D4. Oh, actually, I was supposed to be rolling at advantage, but yeah, whatever. They hit. Hey, let's want a crit fish.
What was that?
That's the less I should be crit fishing, which I should probably be doing that because he's supposed to be at advantage. But whatever. Okay.
You know what? Just for the sake of it, just give me 2d20, see if either of those hit a 20.
No.
No. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
15 plus 9 plus 3. All right.
All right. And then, you know what? Just because he's gonna be even more of a sticky behemoth, he's gonna invoke his heal rune, as a bonus action, and this is going to give him um resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay.
All right, and that will be his turn.
Got it. All right. And the bokoblin still looks okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to go to the Lionel. Who's going to first do his recharge. Where's my dice? There it is. Does not recharge. Okay. So he will come up on Gully, which will put him in flanking with the Moblin. I think I keep calling it a bokoblin. But it's a
Oh,
Moblin.
buddy, you should have stayed over there. Your breath.
Well, he can't say nothing because he ain't one of the talking Lionels. But he's going to let his... Okay, no, yeah. He's going to let Spear do the talking. Maybe. Let's see. No, sword. I apologize.
Okay.
All right. First attack with flanking is a 22.
The 22 will hit.
All right. And that's going to be 18 slashing.
So that's half, and then -3, so 6.
And he's got to do it again. Maybe for another 6 points. No.
Woo, that tickled.
One more time.
Tickle fingers. Stop it.
God damn it. This goddamn All right, so he is done.
Oh.
As we go to the the Moblin. The Moblin with his spear.
I'm gone.
Oh yeah, where are you? You're supposed to be the last one in the order.
Yeah.
Maybe when
be
you
me
took.
next.
Oh, that's right. You're not here.
When you switch.
It's probably is because I switched.
You switched your
All right. So you know
I
what?
know I'm last.
I'll throw that on there,
6.
and
It's a 6.
All right. So
Only other thing, my character's actually supposed to be large too.
all right. Which way you want to go? Up to the left, or up to the right, or down to the left?
This way.
Gotcha.
So right.
Yeah, the right.
Bam. All right.
Perfect. So I'm just gonna do what Earth Elementals are known for doing. I'm gonna smash him.
Smash.
I have
Smashy,
multi-attack,
smashy.
so I'm gonna smash him twice. It's a 17 hit.
A 17 does hit.
13 bludgeoning damage. I'm gonna hit him again for 26 for 11 points of damage.
All right. Got it.
Smash.
All right.
All you hear is rock noises.
He's starting to look a little beaten and battered now.
And that's my turn.
All right. So that will have definitely gotten his attention as he turns to Ledo and Spear. Oh wait. Oh fuck. That means he gives up his advantage. You know
He
what?
does actually hit on an 18.
He ain't that bright though, so he's just gonna keep at it.
Oh no, an 18 does hit.
Yeah.
So
It's for
29.
29.
It's actually half because is it magical damage?
No. It is just straight piercing.
It's straight down to 14.
All right.
Works.
And he's gonna do it again.
It's again. So 19.
Jeez.
And,
Oh, just hit hard.
after seeing his spear just kind of like keep bouncing off of Ledo, he's going to turn to Gully. It's going to bounce off of too. Oh my! All right, that doesn't even make
What
contact.
does? And this don't tickling me. Come on, chill out. We're supposed to be fighting here.
All right,
This
all right.
is,
So
of
we're
course,
gonna.
after they've taken like 50 points of health from me.
The Dodongo does not recharge, but he sits there anyway, and 2 tails and a bite on Gully. No, just no,
Ew.
no, no. At this point, he should probably just blow himself up. Anyway, all right. So now we're gonna go to Gully.
All right, we're gonna keep working on this little dude in between us here. First attack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
3
plus that D4.
27.
All right.
All right, we'll hit him with another one. Does an 18 hit?
An 18
Yes,
does it.
right.
Yes.
All right. All right.
2 plus
2 plus a D4.
4.
24.
All right.
Yeah, obviously he's still there, so we'll swing again.
Still there. He's small, but he's tanky.
I see.
Yeah.
So 19 plus another D4. Okay, so 22. All right, and we'll use our bonus action to smack him with the shield this time then. What? Why did you just roll? That's... There we go.
Yep. 25 definitely. And 10.
All right.
All right.
And then plus a D4. So 4 more.
Got it. All right. He's up.
Son of a biscuit.
He's
You're a tough little guy.
yeah. He's kind of like wavering back and forth, but he is still up.
All right. That's Gully's turn.
All right. And so now we're going to go to the red Lionel, who's going to check his recharge. And fail. Every recharge has failed this battle, but that's not going to stop him as he takes his sword and nope. Attack 2. What the fuck? All right, 24.
24 hit.
All right. There we go. I got 6 attacks and 1 landed. 17 non-magical slashing.
All right, so that's half. 8 minus 3, so 5.
All right. Okay, now we got Rock Lee, though.
Yes. I'm going to keep hitting the yellow guy.
All right.
19 to
19 will hit. Yep.
17 points of damage. I realize I have not been rolling with advantage, so I will do with advantage this time. Still 26.
Wait, so,
Another
wait,
13 points of damage.
wait, first attack got the job done.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I will move over.
Just move behind this other dude and flank him.
Yeah, should be able to do that.
You got
So,
enough space, yeah.
I'll say 26 hit
The
Dodongo
yes.
and 13 points of damage to him.
All right. And wait, why is it giving me? Oh, because it took that attack in the beginning. I'm like, why is his hit points so low? That is exactly what he has on hit points left. So
He explode now.
yes, I need deck saves from both of you guys as he explodes, and I'm gonna need a deck save from the Lionel as well.
Got a 19 on it.
All
I
right.
got a
Natural 20.
21.
Wait.
Oh, wow. You're minus? Jeez.
In his form, he has no decks. He is a powerhouse, and that's it.
Freaking
Can hit every single time.
elemental.
Okay,
The
so
best of the elementals.
only the Lionel fails the save. So it is going to be 2d6 fire and 2d6 thunder. Here's the fire, and here's the thunder.
So, 3.
Well, but we made the save, so it'll be half that, right?
Yeah.
So 1 point on the fire and 3 points on the thunder.
Alright. Got it. Alright, so the Lionel and the Bokoblin are down. Alright, so we are down to 3 on the board. And does Ledo have anything else for his turn? Excuse me.
That's it.
Alright, so now we go to Gully.
All right. So Gully will reposition just around the other side of this dude. And normal attacks. First swing for a 31 to hit.
A 31 will hit.
So
3 points of damage.
30 points plus D4.
31.
So 31.
Alright, and alright, let me.
Only 7 of that is fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have
So,
fire
yeah,
resistance or not.
you know the math I'm doing in my head. So, yeah, it's resistant to fire.
All right, ready for the next attack?
Yep.
All right. Another 31 to hit.
4. 7.
Alright,
20 slashing, and then, yeah, the fire.
got it.
And this mofo is still there.
Still there.
Ah, boo. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Nice.
4 again. 25.
All right. And he's obviously still there, so
I-
smack him with the shield.
Where did I? Oh, there it is.
Does it? And piercing. 11.
Got it. Alright. And
All right. And that's my turn.
got it. Alright. So now we go to the Dodongo. The Lionel. And let's check that recharge. No. Alright. First attack, no. Second attack, no. Third attack, 24.
Do I want to let that through? Seeing as how I think we're gonna have some more compatriots of them come through, I'll take it.
All right. That would be 14 non-magical slashing.
So 7, 3, 4 points of damage.
How's Gully looking?
Gully, he's still at like a little,
Does he need
like
a health
right
potion?
at 2/3 of his health. He's still all right.
Oh,
He's still above half health.
I wasn't sure if that 4 points was going to put him over. All right, so now we go to Ledo.
What is Gully's half health? Gully at half health would be 89. Okay, he's not half health yet. He's getting close.
Okay.
I'll be right by him, and then I'm gonna smash him in the head.
All at advantage. Boom, there you go.
All right, 18 will hit.
And then we do that. So 14.
All right.
Yeah, stinky breath. That's my buddy over there.
Oh, it's only 15 this time.
15 will hit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So for another 15 points of damage.
All right. He's definitely like I don't remember what half of his health was, but he's definitely past it at this point. Like he's looking pretty beat up.
He's between a rock and a hard place, literally.
Giggity. All right. All right, let's finish this off, Gully.
Alrighty. Well, Gully is up. And now we got the advantage going. Take this, you stinky breath mofo.
17. For 26. 30. Seven. 30 plus.
Wah,
31.
wah, wah. Is this dude still up? Here, come on, take this.
Yeah. He's got like 3 points left. So yeah.
We did.
All right, this final attack. So as you take out this final enemy that has come through this portal, how would you like to describe this kill?
So Gully, he goes in with the last slash of the sword, and he quickly goes to smack him with the shield, and because he falls, the shield goes flying right over his head before he can actually smack him with it. Ah, punk! I wanted to finish you off with the shield. Oh well, maybe next time.
Oh man. Okay.
Rock Ledo leads a hand up for a rock high five.
And he gives him a high five.
All right. So, question.
Mhm.
Is the portal still open?
Yes.
Meaning, are we going to go with more of these encounters? So I guess like what I'm saying is like, we could at the moment wrap up the encounter and like start off next session with like looting and what Epheen and Deacon are like wrapping up in the castle. And even then, I guess I would point like what I would do is I would wrap up like everything that Epheen and Ledo, Epheen and Deacon are doing in the castle, and then like for the next round anyway, if there were going to be more rounds, like at that point, you guys would come together unless there's things that you guys still want to do separately. But
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
good
good with
idea.
that. Yeah, that works perfectly.
okay, so the way we'll do it, the way we'll start off next session is we will start off next session with you guys looting and trying to like make sense of this this portal invasion. And we will also start off with Deacon and Epheen wrapping up in Hyrule Castle, because there's still a couple things going on in there, and I know that they want to get to it, but I know we're running a little bit late tonight, and it sounds like a really great way to start off the next session.
Yeah, that's good.
And then like that will bring them into the fold, and they will have their experiences with like this new mechanic that that oh geez, what was his name? That Rock
Turner?
Turner was talking about. Clearly, the session is not a session for me to be good with names. Not that there ever is a good session.
Turner of Rock.
We got Rock Turner, we got Rock Ledo.
Yeah, Rock Ledo.
So, anything anybody wants to talk about before we officially wrap up for the night? Because I know, like, honestly, like, aesthetically, it's really not the easiest thing to wrap up with, like, a split party. So, if there's anything anybody wants to talk about before we end the session, like, we've laid the groundwork for how the next session's going to go.
I think I'm good, my man.
Yeah.
All right. Ledo, Epheen, you good?
I'm good.
Yep.
All right, awesome. So we will reconvene with running this out more next session. We have a number
yeah.
of good things to talk about. I really want to make that like from the beginning of the session when I was like because I always contemplate thumbnails. I really wanted to make the back in 5 minutes the thumbnail, but so much but so much awesome stuff has happened this session that it's definitely going to be thought that I'm gonna have to put into it. And also, I'm working a hell of a lot these next 2 days, so
Fine.
the video is going to get posted to YouTube a little bit later than usual, because I'm changing my work schedule, but it will be up and I will be working on it. So when it is posted, I will try my best to post about it on the Discord server. But if I don't, I have to say that Ledo is really awesome about posting it on the Facebook page. So if you're not part of the Facebook page, get on it. If you're not part of the Discord server, get on it. And we will talk about all of this stuff next week in our chat session. So until then, thank you for tuning in and have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good one, people.